Hello everybody, welcome to the live stream. How's everybody doing tonight? Antoine's in the chat. Hello, how are you? I'm fabulous, thank you. How are you? How are things on your side of the planet? Are they getting Christmassy? All right, so we are gonna get started. Okay, I don't know what that means. Sorry, a little pop-up came up and I'm like, I don't know what it means. Oh, good. Okay, Antoine's on the mend. Thank goodness. Yeah, everybody was sick last week, so I'm still trying to avoid it. It's everywhere in our office and everything. It just seems to be everywhere, so I'm trying not to catch anything for the holidays. Just hunkering in and trying to eat up all my vitamins and stuff like that. So I'm glad you're feeling better. That's good. Doing music right now. Yay, that's exciting. I love that. It's like I took some minutes this weekend to work on some sketching and some drawing, and it's like I'm really excited. Like the holidays are coming and I have like a few little things, like I wanted to get ahead on some studio work and things like that. Like on the tarot cards, because I was working week to week. But I'm excited because I am done work after this week for the holidays for 2 whole weeks. So I'm eager to just kind of do some like different things for a bit. There'll be some tarot cards, of course, because I'm obsessed with them. But then it's going to be a lot more fun just doing some different things that have been kind of waiting really patiently for me to get my poo together. All right. Okay, so welcome everybody. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch tonight. If you're here, say hello. If you want to lurk, that's fine. I'm glad you're all here. This is my last live stream of 2025. I am going to be taking my 2 full weeks off, no streaming. I'm just going to take some time to hang out in the studio, get reset, and come up with some new plans for the new year. I have lots of very exciting things I'm working on, some things I've been having on the back burner for a while, but really kind of a lot of next year is going to be a ramp up to tarot card launch, because we are well underway. This is card number 46, so we're making some excellent progress, but we got to stay on schedule so that I can launch in time for my set due date, which is actually a significant date for the book as well, so keeping me on track, which is amazing. This stream will be the best live it could be, sis. I appreciate that. I hope so. I hope it'll be fun for everybody. So last week we were working on the Hall of Mirrors. If you're following me on Instagram and Facebook, you'll have seen that that's launched. It's actually launched on Behance as well. Fully launched thanks to the help of everybody who's been here. There was a lot of collaboration on that piece. And then I'm going to keep the next card a little secret because I finished it yesterday. So that is going to be launched this weekend. And now we're working on our next Major Arcana card, which I actually need to check. I want to make sure that I'm doing it. The Major Arcana I have broken up into some color cards and some black and white cards, depending on who they are. And I'm like 98% certain that yes, that this is a color card. Yes, this is a color card. Okay. Because it just doesn't make sense for it not to be. But I was like, oh, there's been a couple where I get halfway through and I'm like, oh, I didn't balance it right because it's supposed to be black and white and blah, blah, blah. So yes, it's supposed to be a color card. So our character here, to give you a little context, is a fan of the circus. He's a journalist and he finds the circus. I feel like he's invited by our kind of like manager of the circus to write about it one time, and then he becomes a huge fan of it, and he's the person, the group of people that he travels with kind of are the initiators of the Rivers, which are the group that we painted probably a few months ago now, where they're identifying each other with like red scarves. So they're people who tour around with the circus and who are fans of the circus, and kind of like try and see where it'll be next, and follow around and identify with these red accessories because it stands out against the black and white of the circus itself. So he's kind of a big key outside member He's also a friend who, like, one of our main characters, to chat with them as well. So key player, kind of a quiet character, but that's okay. But he needed to be on the major arcana for sure, and this is the Temperance card. Actually, while we're already talking about it being the Temperance card, let me pull up the description there. So this is another major arcana. We have quite a few of these still left to do. They're really important, so they're really daunting. So Temperance is the card of balance, moderation, patience, and purpose. So our character here is always wanting to think, like, it's kind of a balance between the in and the out of the circus for one of our main characters. And then also just kind of bringing balance to those different things, as well as kind of he's also a very, like, patient character, kind of just like doesn't get all, like, worked up and stuff. Unlike the person who hired him. So that card's coming down the line. So I made a lot of progress on this guy this afternoon, actually. So we're actually going to do a lot more fun things instead of just watching me ink this whole time. We're going to play around with the color and everything. Okay, so I got all my lines in. I got all my color in. So now we're going to start tossing in some shadows. Okay. And then I played a trick with this one, because I've been having no eyes in the whole piece, except for the kittens that we've had so far, and like the animals, but no people eyes in any of the cards. But then I had this idea. I was like, I don't have to show his eyes, but he's just, like, obsessed with the circus, so they're in the reflection of his glasses. So, not cheating, just kind of another trick to keep things in line, which is super fun. Oh my cranky guy, what's the matter? I've been hanging out with you all day. What's the matter? What's the matter? Okay, do you want down? Ugh. You say hi to the people. There you go. There, you can see what's going on. Yeah. So let's see. This is the brush I want. We want a big fat brush. 160, and then we'll do, haven't done any color yet. Okay, you want down? Okay, you go play with your guys, please. I don't want it to be too red. What are we looking at here? Here we go. This is kind of what we're looking for. Yes, I don't want it to be too red. So I'm sort of leaning towards maybe the tent in the back being black and white. I'm not sure. Arby, welcome to the chat, sir. How are things? What is new? What is the tea? Oh no. Alessandra's in the chat too. Welcome to the stream. How is everybody doing? I was just going to ask everybody. Nothing new to write home about. Running as usual. Yeah. Antoine's like, just in time for the last stream of 2025. Yes, this is my last stream of the year. I will be going on vacation after this week. Take a bit of a break, get restored, and then we will be back at it in the new year. Oh my goodness gracious. Odari's also in the chat. Everybody's here. Welcome to the stream, sir. How is business? What is new? I'm so happy to see all of you here. I was just about to ask everybody what their holiday plans were looking like. What is everybody up to? I will be done work this week and off for 2 weeks. And then I'm going to visit some family, and I'm going to be chilling in the studio and doing some lazy bones things and some relaxing things, and taking in the Christmas business. It's gonna be so good. When will you be back? Probably January 5th. I suspect like I'll just kind of get back to everything right off the bat. Depending on how, usually I get really ambitious in the first week back. I'm just like, we're just too much. So follow the socials. So probably the 5th, but follow the socials to see when for sure. But probably the 5th. The whole family were waiting for you to give us the present. That's so funny. Oh, RB's going to have a fiesta with my friends for the holidays. So fun. Odari says, business is good. It's actually my granddaughter's birthday today. Happy 7th birthday, Odari's granddaughter. I hope it's an excellent day for you. What kind of holiday? I think I missed that one. Yeah. That's so exciting. I love birthdays. And I love that Christmas is coming. It's my favorite of all the holidays. And we're just going to get like, it's going to take some time off and relax a little bit. I closed out my shop space at the Barntique this weekend. She closes for the winter. So I closed that out. So that's a thing wrapped up. And yeah, just kind of like relaxing a little bit. Just gonna go see some friends and family and relax and do some things around the house, recharge my batteries. That's so fun. Sounds like everybody has some decent plans going. I like it. Okay, get those sorted, which is good. And then we need a multiply here. So we're going to be working on this one. Oh, we definitely need that brush to be bigger. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I know why that happened. All right. So now I'm going to everybody's so excited to see everybody today. I love it. I love it. Now I wonder. No, it's probably enough. I was just wondering if there's going to be not enough stained glass here, but I think we're good. This is too dark. Yeah, it's definitely too dark. Excuse me. Are you feeling better, Alessandra? You were sick last week too, no? Sheesh. Too many plagues. I'm not interested. Hope everybody's better. Okay, and now you need to do... Oh, that's not what I wanted. No, silly. I'm gonna add a layer and we're gonna put it as overlay before I deselect everything. Are you feeling better? It's a little aggressive. Let's pull it back a bit, shall we? There we go. Better now. Excellent. I like to hear it. No fun to be sick, especially over the holidays. I have to ponder this one. Okay. No, thank you. Okay. And then we want the red. Oh, enough you. Okay, so this is just got a bunch of knots tied in it, and I'm just trying to think of how to best handle it. So we don't cause a pile of confusion. Oh, I did this wrong. That's definitely incorrect. There we go. Not a big deal, but that's okay. Oh, no. Then this one. Okay. And then this one. Is everybody able to get some time off over the holidays? Relax a little bit? One of our departments at work didn't use a lot of vacation this year. They've been really busy. And so they basically told them, like, you've got to take your vacation at the holidays. So because they did, all the rest of the departments are like, well, yeah, let's do the same thing. So I'm looking at with low pressure 2 weeks off, because usually this time of year it's like you might have to work over the holidays and blah 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 blah, but it's been a different tune this year, which I hope is not a bad sign, but we'll see. A whole week off, that's awesome. That's good, especially with families and things. It's nice to be able to take a break. That's awesome. That is awesome. Unless Andrew's part-time and don't have paid a time off. Just have to just not work the week of Christmas. If you can afford it, that's okay too. I think like it's good to take a break if you can. I know you've had a pretty busy year, so oops, taking some time off will be really good. Everybody needs a break. I've been like trying to just chill a little bit on my evenings where I can. I've been finished my shopping, did some baking, all these kinds of fun things. And then we're getting into super holiday mode soon. Excellent. I'll be working on some tarot cards, but I'm also going to be working on I want to get back to some traditional work. So I might kick off some of that. Like I want to do some watercolor and some collage things and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm going to try and get back to that a little bit over the holidays, see how things turn out. All right. So I was playing with this like paint inside last week a bit, and saving me a lot of time on my highlights here. So for those of you who don't know what is happening here, so when I set my reference layer, the very top layer that you see on the right that's hidden, that's my reference layer. So that's all of my line art that I use to create all of our characters here. Just the main line art, not the thick gray and white ones or anything, just the main line art. Because I set it as a reference layer so that when I'm filling in with the colors and the paper patterns, I can just use the paint bucket and just fill all those spaces. So the reference layer is like, this is the line art, these are the lines we want you to consider when doing things. So I've set that reference layer, and that makes the fill a lot better, because if you remember early days of the tarot cards, you guys watched me coloring each individual piece and everything. I'm very eager to go back and watch like the very first tarot live stream, because I'm sure it's just freaking chaos. Like I've learned so much in doing this project, and efficiencies and kind of better ways of doing things, or cleaner ways of doing things. And so using this is a kind of another thing that I've been learning recently. So usually when I was doing the highlights and the colors, you'd see me kind of just inside doing my selection, and then I would highlight and kind of clean it up a little bit. A couple of weeks ago, I thought, let's just try the color inside. So the paint inside. So when I do the brush and I turn on this little squiggly line over here on the left, that's paint inside. So what that's doing is also taking into account my reference layer. So as long as you can't see where the point of my pencil is, but as long as my pencil is within whatever shape it's within, it will color in there. So let's get something dramatic in here. It'll color inside, but if I pull all the way out, so you see it's not going outside of that shape. As long as it's a complete shape, it's factoring in those things. The eraser will also do the same thing. But what I've been doing is I've been turning it off. So I use the paint inside to put the highlights on the stained glass pieces instead of doing the lasso. So you can see it's highlighting in the sections where I want it to be highlighted. And then I'm switching over to my eraser, but turning that paint inside off. And then we can go in and erase all of the sections. So, and then this way I can follow all the lines as well, so that whatever I'm drawing and taking away, this is hard to see here with the highlights, but we'll see it better with the shadows. But I can be a little bit more consistent with what's being removed. And I'm not doing it necessarily one piece at a time, or at least not as tediously one piece at a time. So I didn't use a lot of the paint inside before because it gives that there's kind of that rough edge that we've been seeing. Sometimes it doesn't go all the way to the edge, so I wasn't loving that, but generally it's giving me a pretty good line. And then now I've done all of this when this just highlight alone would have been a large portion of the live stream. Now we can kind of make some more progress. So let's do that again with the low lights. It'll be easier to see. So we're going to duplicate this and then clear it. And then we're going to put the paint. We're going to use this one. And we're going to turn on the paint inside. See, it says it's using the reference layer. So now, see, there's that bit of an edge there. There's settings that can adjust it, but because I'm going to be erasing and pulling it away from the edge, just like I happened for the rest of the stained glass, I'm not super worried about that because that line's not going to like last a long time. So as long as wherever I put my pencil down is within the shape that I'm interested in putting the shadow in, I don't have to be as like meticulous with how I put down the paint. And it'll tell you like that warning, you can't do that. I put my pencil outside of the artboard. So it's like, no, we can't do that. That's not how this works. Which is fine, because I'm using a pixel brush right now, and those don't paint outside of the artboard. Okay, so now we'll switch to the eraser and turn the paint off, paint inside off. Because if I put the paint inside on, it'll still work, but I have to put the eraser in this section, and it's too much of the eraser for me to get it or wrap my head around it. It's still a tool, like a feature you can use, but I like this because this way I can go over the line and get both sides erased at the same time, so we're like, again, a more consistent line as opposed to having to do each shape twice. And if I had the paint inside on, it would just be erasing on the one side, which doesn't always work. Oops. Here. So now, instead of having to lasso each individual piece and sometimes put both highlight and shadow depending on where the part is, I can do this a lot quicker and a little more efficiently ahead of time. It's all about learning what the tool can do. No! Oh, I hate when this happens. Sorry, just some of the, when I did my zoom out, I decided to erase instead. Did not request this. Not such a tragedy here. I do remember being very late in the stained glass dragon and finding one of those in a less easy to repair section. So not a problem here. sometimes a problem elsewhere. All right. Now we'll highlight these guys and see what we're doing. All right, well, we're in this, so let's stay with the low lights. Oops. Now that one didn't work. You can see this line here is busted. So that's why it did the two shapes, but that's okay. It did it in a way that I can still work with. And as a backup, oh, this one's busted too. I could always do the lasso tool, I guess. For everybody who worked on the coloring book, who's still on, that's pretty much everybody. Dan has posted a new version of the coloring book on the same chat, the general chat. So everybody, if you wouldn't mind going in and taking a look, because we'd like to get it up and launched as quick as possible. So if you have any opinions on the layout or comments about your piece, etc., this will be your opportunity. Oops, where was that one? No comments as of yet. Excellent. Yeah, I'm going to go through. I saw that he posted the new comment, so the new file. I haven't seen it. I haven't gone through it yet. But yeah, so we're hoping to kind of get it launched as soon as possible so that everybody can tell all their friends what the fancy coloring book we made. Oh dear, that was too aggressive. Okay, Erin, calm down. Oh, RB's working on a coloring book of his own. Animals only. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, coloring's, it made a comeback, and then kind of think it lulled from it, and then it just came back like crazy. Yeah. It's going to be awesome. Everybody's ready to color. That is going to be excellent. I'm excited to see that come together, RB. ready for January. Nice. We don't have to wait too long. Yay! Always when people will ask when the full tarot deck is done, and I'll say, like, the plan is November, like the launch is November next year. No, oh, I'm like, but it's 78 illustrations. Like, oh, okay, never mind. Like, there's much to do. That's why it's kind of nice to have a project like the coloring book, Arby, because you can be like, I want this many illustrations. I've decided. I'm done now. If you want to have a good size coloring book, but also you can, you're in charge. You can decide that, you know what, 3 illustrations is all my coloring book's going to be. I'm very excited to see it come through. That's another thing that's like over the holidays. I'm like, I'm going to do studio things. I'm like, I'm also going to sit in color. Can't wait. It's going to be nice. I've been making all the coloring pages. Now it's time to sit and enjoy them myself. Alrighty. Got lots of highlights in here. Craziness. Oop. That's all right. Just a simple zoom. Thank you. Alrighty. Going up here. I was worried there was too much there wasn't enough stained glass, and now I'm like, who put all the stained glass in here? Oh my goodness. The paint inside. Let's see, like, that's like 4, 5, 6 sections, way faster than watching the lasso go through. So it's very cool. Simple addition to the toolbox to help facilitate projects. Like I said, I'm not looking to like rush these projects, but if there's an easier way to do something, I am here for it. Because the less time I'm spending doing finicky things, the more time I'm doing like the creative part of it and the fun part of it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go back and watch the first tarot stream. Holy. I was still learning a lot about the project at that point, but then also a lot about how I want to lay out the files. And I was not really early Fresco, but they've added new tools since. So yeah, that's, I know there's a lot of layering things that I've learned to facilitate at least this project and all that kind of fun stuff. So that'll be an interesting watch for sure. Because that would have been a year ago in the spring when I kicked it off. And I think at that point too, it was a much slower pace of development. One, I didn't have my own schedule yet. Two, I was still figuring out how to do the files. Oops. Save. Now, I think we'll throw in some of the other shadows. So the other advantage to this is, like, you guys have seen me use the splatter brush. And again, this can, like, you've seen it kind of how it builds up, and it's a pressure sensitive brush. So I like to see, like, the paint build up in a different way. And I like to play around with it, but I can only go so far when I'm, like, doing the lasso and I'm like, oh, I covered a spot I didn't want to. But if I do the paint inside, now I can kind of just play in this section as long as the tip of my pencil is making contact with that part of within that section of the piece. I don't have to worry about the lasso not being right. Or if I did both those sides of the jacket and realized, see, like, the one on the right now doesn't have as much depth as what I did on the left. I have to go back and lasso everything. That's a lot, but with the paint inside, I can just, like, add a little bit more and not worry about it. And then I can go in and pull it back from the edges. Brush first. See? All right. I wonder if I do. Alessandra has snow. Finally, we've been burying in it, which is amazing. It's been kind of like flurries for the past few days. It happened again today. I don't know if we're supposed to get any tomorrow, but it was pretty cold. We had to get Mojo's boots out. He was not impressed. That's awesome. That means it's gonna be all Christmassy. You don't want to do anything with it. You don't like snow. Oh no. It's my favorite, going for a walk in the snow. I get so bummed out when it's like too windy and like Mojo's gonna be cold, so you don't get to go for a big crunchy walk. It's my favorite. Yeah, make a snowman. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I've had quite a bit of snow here. It's supposed to be like really warm, maybe like Thursday and like 5 degrees. So it might make a bit of a mess, but we've got a fair amount of snow now. For my area anyway. Pretty solid. It's pretty, like, all the parking lots, at least like a good percentage of every large parking lot is taken up with snow. Now, I think first we're going to do this. Oh, snow angels, excellent. Uh-oh, Odari's not a fan of the cold and not a fan of the snow. It's 18 Fahrenheit outside. Yikes. Yeah, we've had it to be pretty crisp. -4 where RB is. Yeah, it's been pretty fresh. Like, the wind's been really cold here. I'm not usually a huge fan of that. Like, it's like I just have the right coat on and stuff like that, I guess, but it's hard when the wind is like blowing in your face. It makes it hard to breathe. But then you get to go make snowmans and snow angels. And get all the leg workout going in the snow. I was out actually walking with Mojo last week at one point because it was like we had some icy snow, like some wet snow, and then some fluffy snow on top and everything. So you kind of like, it's hard to walk out there right now because you're kind of like crunching down and you're all like falling. Like sometimes it's hard to fall. Like poor Mojo's trying to walk and then he'll like fall into a little bit of a piece. So we have to be careful because I don't want him to like hurt his legs. But there was one point last week where I was up to at least my knees in the snow, and I was like, in my glory, living for it. Alessandra says, I'm glad you like the snow. Someone has to like it. It's not for me. I hate wearing gazillion layers and walking like a penguin. I do, like, it does take a long time to get ready to go outside. Like, in the summer, I do like when I just have to go, like, put my flip-flops on and go take Mojo for a walk. Putting all the layers on can be a lot, but, oh. Then I have all my boots out, and I have all my cozy scarves, and my big socks, and my hoodies. It's a magical time. I love it. I'd rather the cold than the humidity heat. That is absolutely not my jam. I don't like it when it's hot. Excuse you, are you okay? What's the matter? Oh, you're okay. You're okay. Come here, mister. Ugh. It's too dry in here. Say hi to the people. Better than walking like a walrus. That's so silly, eh, Mojo? You're okay, bud. Okay, now I'm thinking what I might do. Mojo! Oh, Dari says hi. See no Dari in a while. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do here is actually go back to this. I don't know that I want... Maybe... Alexander says, either way, I want to walk like the human that I am. And winter prevents that. Oh, you guys are hilarious. Actually, you know what I want to do? We will do this. I'll switch over to this one. Whoops. It's not time to switch. Paint to the sides. I don't know. Oops. 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 I don't know. Oops. Okay. Not 100% sure if I'm living for this right now. Hmm? I don't think I like that very much. Don't think I'm a huge fan of that. No, I don't think so. So what we're gonna do, I don't think this is one that's gonna eventually grow on me. So we're just gonna erase those and erase those. And I'm gonna play around with that a little bit more and see what the heck's going on there. But yeah, actually that might be a pretty good logical breaking point for us. So I'm gonna keep working on this guy, making some progress. I'm gonna take some time off over the holidays and relax a little bit. Do some just whatevers. But yeah, it's been a really great year, a really busy year, going through all the different tarot cards and different projects we've had on the go. And we have gone through lots of great things with like the collaborations, with the collaborative streams, the collaboration and the coloring book, everything like that. Amazing time. I think we've done a really good job this year, and I'm so glad that you've all been able to join me, whether it's every week or whether it's just every couple of weeks or now and again. I do appreciate you guys hanging out. I really do. I hope you all have a magical Christmas holiday season, however you like to celebrate. I hope you have a great start to your new year. And we've got a few messages in the chat. Thanks for the stream. I'll miss you guys too. I'm messaging you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I love that. I always like hearing from you guys. Looks awesome, says Odari. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful time out there where you are, and see you next year. Yes, I'll see you all next year. I think the plan will be currently January 5th, but keep an eye on the social media and see if you're going to see me again soon. I can't wait to see you all in the new year. I hope you have a great holiday, and thanks so much for making it such a great year. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.